invisibilized Indian physicist, the woman who could have won a Nobel. Dr. Bibha Chaudhary was the first Indian woman to earn a PhD in physics. Her research into cosmic rays brought her very close to Nobel Prize. Physicist Bibha Chaudhary is one of the early contributors of science and has a star named after her. In December 2019, the star, which is nearly 340 light years away from us, was named Bibha to honor Indian women's contribution in science. Chaudhary, who was known for her work on elementary particle physics and cosmic rays, was also the only girl student in her master's course in physics in 1934. She completed her post-graduation from Calcutta University, after which she was actively involved in research projects in physics. Bibha Chaudhary was born in Kolkata, India, into a family with a tradition of educating their children, including the women. She attended Bethany School in Kolkata and then finished her BSc degree with honours in physics from Scottish Church College in Kolkata. After completing her MSc in physics from University of Calcutta in 1936, she started her research work. She approached Dr. Debendra Mohan Bose, who was a relative from her mother's side. He was reluctant at first, but then allowed her to join his research group studying subatomic particles. She moved to the Bose Institute when Dr. Bose shifted there from University of Calcutta and published 3 major papers during her time there. Her research during this period was focused on cosmic rays, as they were the only source of subatomic particle back then. Bibha Chaudhary was a gifted physicist. No wonder she was one of the young scientists, the first woman researcher selected by Homi J. Bhabha to join the newly established Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Bombay, in 1949. Chaudhary served in renowned institutions of the country and was a tireless researcher till she died, unsung and unheralded. No national award or fellowship of any major scientific society came her way. She does not figure among the 98 scientists of uneven quality in the 2008 book Leelavati's Daughters, The Women Scientists of India, edited by Rohini Godbole and Ram Ramaswamy and published by the Indian Academy of Sciences, Bangalore. Thanks to the painstaking efforts of 2 physicists, a book has been published from Germany that throws light on the life and work of this remarkable scientist, who happened to be a woman. Rajinder Singh, a noted science historian at the University of Oldenburg in Germany, and Suprakash C. Roy, former professor of physics at the Bose Institute in Calcutta, seek to reveal the story of courage and determination of a lady born more than 100 years ago for our younger generations to emulate. Her research contributions are well recorded and have been critically examined by the authors, but not much material could be unearthed on her life. Chaudhary was wedded to physics and led a quiet, modest and dignified life largely within the confines of her laboratory. A quintessential researcher who never aspired for high office, she hailed from an educated zamindar family in the Hooghly district of undivided Bengal, and her mother was related through marriage to the family of Sir Jesse Bose. Chaudhary was one of 6 siblings, 5 sisters and a brother. All of them were well educated and none of them married. Chaudhary obtained her MSc in physics from Calcutta University in 1936, the only woman in that batch, and plunged headlong into research, mostly at the Bose Institute. Debendra Mohan Bose and Chaudhary published 3 consecutive papers in Nature, but could not continue further investigation on account of non-availability of more sensitive emulsion plates during the war years. 7 years after this discovery of mesons by D.M. Bose and Bibha Chaudhary, C.F. Powell made the same discovery of pions and muons and further decay of muons to electrons using the same technique, and won the Nobel Prize in 1950. Powell acknowledged Bose and Chaudhary's pioneering contribution in his work. In 1945, Chaudhary joined the Cosmic Ray Laboratory of would-be Nobel laureate PMS Blackett. At the time when the studies on extensive air showers in cosmic rays were one of the most important investigations in particle physics for her PhD. On her return, she joined TIFR. After 8 years, she joined the Physical Research Laboratory at Ahmedabad. She was involved deeply with the Kolar gold mine experiment and discussed with Vikram Sarabhai, then director of PRL, about her future research plans. Unfortunately, after Sarabhai's untimely death, she was not permitted to take up the planned work. It is unfortunate that at two critical junctures, once at the Bose Institute and later in the PRL, she had to abandon the work she intended to pursue. She finally opted for voluntary retirement, moved to Calcutta to pursue her work on high energy physics, continued as an active researcher with the Saha Institute of Nuclear Physics and the Indian Association for the Cultivation of Science, and kept publishing her findings till almost the time of her death. While Chowdhury's research in the fields of high energy and cosmic ray physics has been extensively reviewed and rated as superb by the authors, her life, devoid of any major recognition, raises many important questions, especially in the context of barriers of women face even today while pursuing science. Just like C.V. Raman was reluctant to admit the first woman researcher to the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, D.M. Bose too was initially not enthusiastic but eventually accepted Chowdhury as a research student. In December 2019, HD 86081, the star which is nearly 340 light years away from us, was named Bibha to honor Indian women's contribution in science. A contest was conducted by the International Astronomical Union to suggest the name for the star. The number of proposals from India for the name Bibha in honor of Bibha Chowdhury were 1717. The winner was a 22-year-old student, Ananyo Bhattacharya of Sardar Vallabhbhai National Institute of Technology in Surat, who proposed the name Bibha. Let's have a look at the reaction of the Indian media. In her introduction to the book Women and Science in India, a reader, a collection of interesting essays, Neelam Kumar states that science continues to be characterized by low number of females, clustered in disciplines considered feminine and confined to the ranks of invisible, poorly paid assistants and other lower positions. In the same volume, Namrata Gupta and A.K. Sharma write about the triple burden. In addition to the double burden of career and home, the long hours in the laboratory demanded by scientific study and research constitutes the third burden faced by women in science. The issue of passive discrimination and of invisible barriers are also no less important. Despite being a pioneer in the study of cosmic rays in India, Bibha Chowdhury remains practically unknown.